So it's week 2, being back at the project. Which means that in total, we've worked on this boat for 9 months and 2 weeks. There's no ladder. It has been several days since I turned the camera on. Several things have happened in that time. Nothing too exciting, which I guess is why I didn't turn the camera on.
So here we do have one 90-degree angle. So I start with that one. We're starting with this one here.
It smells like that.
The one challenge we are facing.
When we bought the boat, it looked really nice.
Isn't this just beautiful? And this is the beautiful turtle hatch. This is such a low profile. This is something I absolutely wanted in a boat.
Basically, we bought this boat sight unseen. We were halfway around the world in the middle of a pandemic, and now we're finally here. And this is our future home. This is our future everything.
This is so exciting.
It was a gorgeous boat with a lot of potential. And it was only if you looked really closely, sort of beneath the surface, that you could start to see some weak spots.
Yay to redoing everything!
Redoing everything?
Yes!
What did you find?
Yeah. And there we are on the wood now. Also, you can just see a huge gap here.
So we started to peel things away, layer by layer.
There's moisture again!
And even though it was all on the road to healing, it started to look worse and worse. And it started to feel kind of like we were moving in the wrong direction.
It does drain the energy out of you.
And last week we finished what we hope to be the last demolition job. We've peeled away all the layers that we're going to peel away, and now we have to build it back up. I think what I really want to do is make a film where I get to show all of the struggles that we went through, and then how worth it all is at the end, where I get to peel off the tape and show you the grand reveal of everything that we've accomplished. But we make videos every week, and this is a really long process, and I haven't seen the end yet either. The end still seems pretty far away, and so I want to have that catharsis, but it's still a long way for us as well. We're at rock bottom. The boat maybe looks the worst that it's ever gonna look. We have to make it better.
The foam has arrived. So it's time to continue on the galley and start rebuilding now. We have reached rock bottom in the project. And from here it's upwards and onwards. And not downwards and backwards. This is Divinicel. Yeah, amazing stuff. This is what I use mostly in the boatyard. That's what hulls are cored with mostly. In our case, it is used as mere insulation.
This whole refit is one long story. And this chapter is all about the conflict that the characters, that's us, have to overcome. We're in the middle of the story now, very far from the shiny excitement of the beginning, but also very far from the sweet relief of the ending. This is the chapter that we'll look back on in the epilogue, and we'll probably say something like, wow, that was so challenging, but look how worth it all was. At least that's what I hope will happen. it's very easy to say uplifting stuff like that in a narration, but it's definitely a bit more difficult to feel it day after day, day after day. Careful.
Good morning.
I heard that you progressed quite a bit further from where I left you last night.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me about that.
I installed all the foam. Yeah, we've done one together, and then I thought this went so smoothly, why not bond it all?
Okay.
So it has cured overnight.
Let's go have a look.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, check it out.
Wow. Insulation. Probably better insulation than what we have in the rest of the boat.
Yeah, isn't it warm and cozy in here now?
It actually is. We had the heater going. All right.
So yeah,
well
I'm super
done,
happy
Dan.
about this. This was quick. I was of course a little nervous. I do know that the most proper way would be using vacuum, because then you're really assured that you get no voids and that it doesn't shift on you, because the vacuum really sucks it in place. But yeah, this is progressing really quickly and really nicely. Very satisfying.
Yay. Aladino also reinforced the bilge with some new fiberglass because the water tank is right here and the diesel tank is right here, and we want to strengthen and really waterproof them. More on that later. Boat projects are always a bit frenetic, a bit here, a bit there, slowly, slowly, slowly towards the goal. Everything is getting sanded, primed, prepped, getting ready for some paint to arrive, hopefully this week. I think that one thing about the project as it stands right now is that I personally am really trying to find a new place in it. I think when this project began, the intention was it would be predominantly Aladino's project, and I would of course be the filmmaker, and of obviously helping out where needed with tasks that I felt comfortable doing. But at this point in the refit, having the boat in a country that, you know, we're not citizens of, and the visa restrictions that come with that, and all of that, it really puts a huge amount of time pressure on us, and I think we're at a point now where we really feel the need for this project to be done, and or to at least to move on to the next stage. So because of that kind of intense time pressure we're feeling, I think my place in the refit has really changed, where I am trying to be a lot more hands-on every day, all day. Is this not the worst looking template you've ever seen in your whole life? Oh my god. All this stuff is very deceptively difficult. I mean, like, just where to hold your hands, where to set down the glue gun. where to actually glue. Like, do you glue the pieces that you're installing? Do you like apply the glue to the frame and then stick the piece on? And how do you hold it all together? Anyway, hopefully it does its job.
So these are the ingredients. So these are leftovers and they're perfect for this. So is it? Not exactly? But close.
No,
Yeah,
but
no, it
I'm
isn't.
I'm
Yeah.
like also not super confident on the accuracy of the template, but I.
Oh, B, and it doesn't need to be that much.
Okay.
Of course, I mean, if you don't look at it accurately, you have to watch how you hold the pencil too, because that can change the line a lot. You know more about pencil than me.
Well, I don't even know, like, there's so many levels to this thing, and I'm pressing them all down to get to the plywood, so like it's already losing accuracy in
Totally. Oh, sorry, that's something I forgot to mention. The machine vibrates quite a bit, so you have to clamp it down a little bit. Can I tell you something beforehand?
Yeah, okay.
They usually never fit the first time.
Oh.
Give it a try.
I would have to remove some down here.
Oh, unless you remove at the top. I thought that's where it's touching.
Oh no, I meant top as in like over here.
Oh, okay. So I think you've got it. Can I have a look at it too? Just out of curiosity.
I did it! There's partitions!
Awesome.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy actually. Wow. I'm actually quite astounded with like the amount of satisfaction I feel about this. I've been really feeling very down about this project. And I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with the fact that like I've been doing all of the menial tasks and I haven't really been even trying to learn these tasks because I think I had something in my head being like, I can't, or I don't know how, or I don't want to mess things up. But just this one simple little thing where I can actually look at it and be like, oh, I made something. The level of satisfaction involved in that is, I think, something I haven't felt before because I haven't really created anything in this boat. I've been sanding things and like taping things and maybe applying primer here and there. But this was really satisfying and it makes me want to do some more. Well, and I'm also like less tired, like it's now the end of the day and like this project wasn't as physically demanding. I think when I've just been like sanding all day and that's super physically demanding and it's just left me feeling like bad at the end of every day.
Yeah.
I will build my house where the storm won't drive on a ride it does not.
We'll go peek inside for a moment. Aladino is applying fiberglass to the galley. He also just made a floor. I am so excited by the idea that this is the last that we're going to be talking about this installation.
Oh yeah.
You are steadfast. By the words you spoke, all the starry folks are called out by name each night.
Remember when all those
breech bolts were covered in fiberglass. Look at them now. Our displayed boat jewelry.
That repair that you did on the big beam there,
Yeah.
it looks pretty cool. The step pattern.
Thank you.
You are steadfast.
Yes, Aladino?
Oh, I thought you might want to ask what this is.
What is that?
Graduation hats.
Oh.
If we want to finish this project, it is equal to graduating, right? So we will need our graduation hats.
Well, that seems like a really necessary part of the project.
It is.
I'm glad you spent so much time making
I
that.
made a small one for me and a big one for you.
Okay. All right, what is it really?
It's a mold. A mold for our fiberglass graduation hats. Just kidding. So imagine this upside down. It will go like this and there will be a hole here. So basically these will become our inspection ports for the water tank and the diesel tank. And that is because I want to have it raised from the bottom. This fiberglass flange is to through bolt a stainless steel lid onto it, and the lid will actually house the vent, the ports, and the outlets. Okay. That was a little harder than I hoped for getting it out. I had to destroy the mold, but the piece turned out okay, so we don't need the mold anymore. So here they are, our water tanks. So before we had this one, which was an inspection hatch. These holes everywhere throughout the lid are the vent, the fill, and stuff like that. I'm gonna fiberglass all the little ones closed, and this one I'm gonna glass so that we can put in a round inspection hatch. So my idea, I don't think it fits this way, nope, so it's gonna go here. But this lid is also will be removable with through bolts, and you can take the whole thing off.
And this is the way that Magic Carpet 1's tanks were done, and we really liked it.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think you can probably tell from this episode that we were just feeling a bit down, and I think I was definitely feeling more down than Aladino. I think my whole life I've worked really hard at certain things. I worked really hard at school, and I did lots of arts and music and even sports. But the one thing that I never really got into was sort of like craftsmanship things. Like I never took wood shop or metal shop at school. And coming into this project, I not only felt sort of just lost, but I also began to almost resent the time I spend in here. But I've slowly come to realize that even if I never sand anything again ever in my life, which frankly, fingers crossed, the lessons I've gotten from this project of perseverance and continuing even when something is really, really difficult will carry through with me forever. We are undergoing the same transformation that this boat is undergoing. When this boat came to us, it was full of potential, but also filled with a lot of hidden weaknesses. And I feel like I could say the same for myself. As we peeled back the layers of the boat and we uncovered everything beneath, it became quite difficult to watch that happen. And we're now at the point where everything is open and raw and just like hard to look at and hard to be a part of. But going forward, it's just gonna get better and better and better and better until at the end we'll be left with something much, much stronger than it ever was before, and certainly much stronger than it ever would have been had this entire refit not happened. All right, time to cross off what we've done. In the galley, we installed the foam. That was like the first thing we did in this episode.
Woohoo!
Yay. And then we also glossed the galley. And in the cockpit, I sanded the bulwarks and the beam shelf.
Oh, cool.
So that's the first thing for the cockpit to cross off, which is great. I filled in the holes on the beam shelf, but not the bulwarks. So I'm just gonna cross off beam shelf. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And an extra big thanks to our patrons for making this all possible. And extra big thanks to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen for always going the extra mile to make sure Magic Carpet keeps moving towards the water. Thanks everyone. Goodbye.